This is the night where our stars do come out to shine.
Out hustle. Out work. Out sing. Out play. Out laugh.
Tonight's Star of Stars show is made possible through the generous support of our sponsors.
My fondest memory would probably be my sophomore year, and it was the state championship finals. And I think I struck out 21 and I hit the game-winning home run.
I used to be super shy and quiet, but playing this sports helped me develop as a person, learn leadership skills and how to work with my teammates.
It'd be winning that fourth state championship in baseball. We came in, we had a special group of freshmen that came in with me. To win one is tough. To win that fourth one in a row was pretty special, and I feel like we left our mark.
Episcopal was really, really good at volleyball. We won the state championship, and that was exciting, to win kind of the pinnacle event. I do have vivid memories of, looking back at my teammates and just seeing the excitement and high-fiving and getting chills now, just kind of reliving it.
Football was kind of the thing, and that was what I knew my future would ultimately end up in. But I was a good basketball player. I loved playing the game. It was always exciting for me when people saw how big I was and could actually play.
The team was started when I was in 5th grade, and I was competing outside of school, and I really wanted to represent my school, and Parkview did not have a swim team. So I begged my Bible teacher to be my sponsor, Coach Woodruff, and I was so thankful for him. He really started the swim team at Parkview.
We grew up into young women together and experienced high school together. And to work so hard and to be able to win a state championship together our senior year was amazing.
Being around my teammates, being on a bus ride to an opposing school, or waiting in a locker room to play a particular game, to me, those are the things that stand out.
My papa taught me how to pitch. It was every day, the grind, working with him. We had a really special relationship.
My dad and my mom, they were really hard workers. And so that taught me that hard work, putting in the effort is how you can overcome different obstacles.
My older brother, Trey, he was a guy that I could never beat in one-on-one, that I could never beat. So I was always competing against him. He was 15 months older. So I was always chasing and trying to fill his shoes.
The 99ers has always been, and that's the 1999 USA women's soccer team, especially Mia Hamm. I had her poster up on my wall and just tore out every magazine page that she was on and put it up on my wall.
From an athletic standpoint, one of my heroes, one of my role models was Reggie White. Was amazed at his journey, amazed at how he stayed above the fray and did things the right way.
My mother was one of my biggest role models in my life and in athletics. She was a professional triathlete. She is by far my biggest inspiration.
I had some amazing high school coaches. I utilize a lot of what I learned from my coaches now as somewhat of a coach myself. The internal medicine position that I get to teach residents and medical students.
My dad, he taught me a lot about life, and he taught me a lot about how sports mirrors life. And so, I was able to handle both my successes and both my failures just because of the lessons that my dad taught.
We go to the ceremony and, they line us up. And when they call out the name, I literally start to clap. And then I notice that it's me and that everybody's looking at me. So I was extremely surprised to the point that I was looking around and it ended up being me.
I was in the year that it was a single win, boys and girls. There was like one winner. The fact that I won a female for the first time, that was such an honor. And I don't even realize how big a deal that was at the time.
You look back at the names that are on that list, some pretty special people and people that have been successful in life after sports has ended. I definitely felt honored.
You see the athletes' names as you're growing up. You're like, I want to I want to be the player of the year. And so it was something that I aspired to, and then a huge honor to achieve it.
My father was in the crowd. My grandmother, who passed, was in the crowd, was able to see that. My mom was in the crowd. So to actually look the people in the faces that are really responsible for you being there, that made that special.
I look back on it and I just have the utmost respect and felt so honored to be a part of the entire experience.
I was not expecting it at all. It was such a surprise. I was just, putting my head down and working and trying to get to that next step of college. And to find that out was just amazing.
I never played for the accolades. I just played to play for the competition of it. And so for me, man, that night was just a surprising night. It was a great night for me and my family.
Take a couple days off every once in a while. When you get 42 like I am, your body starts to hurt a little bit. And you maybe want to take a step back and don't, do all the crazy stuff to get you ready just for that next tournament or just that next game. Take a step back.
Of course, it's fine to compare yourself to see where you are, but not to the point where you're constantly comparing yourself to someone else and not feeling good about yourself because of where you're at.
Early on in high school, I was a little bit lazy, didn't like to work, and then at some point I figured it out. Sometimes it's tough to challenge yourself if you don't have somebody to go work with you, but I would have worked a little bit harder earlier.
You will not get this time back, and you will look back on it and wish that you could just shoot around in the gym and just go out for pizza with your teammates after and sort of not have the pressures of everything else that comes with becoming an adult. And so to enjoy it.
Be who you are. Be unapologetically the person that you are. And we all become exactly what we want to be. Find something to believe in as well that's bigger than you. And find a purpose that expands beyond your own self-interest.
You represent not only your family, your friends, your teammates, your classmates, but you represent the tradition, everybody that has come before you in that sport, at that school.
You really need to learn to slow down and just enjoy those friendships that you're making and enjoy the time you have to play a sport and just to be free and have fun and do something that you're good at.
Stay in the moment. Enjoy high school. Enjoy days where you don't want to practice. Enjoy being around your teammates. Obviously, we can't play sports forever, but when it's all said and done, and when you put your cleats up and you put your equipment up, you have those moments that you always remember.